This is a Forest Hill Boulevard right off I-95. You can see a smooth go at it right there. Thanks to new technologies out there, those annoying robocalls have increased dramatically. Here with what you need to know about the laws that are supposed to protect you and also how you can protect yourself is lifestyle lawyer Shari. Oh, Shari, we were talking about this. I feel like they stopped for a little,
right.
But now they are back, and it seems like they're more than ever now.
Well, the problem really is technology. Once we began with voice over internet protocol replacing the copper lines, doing robocalls became dirt cheap from anywhere in the world. Also, it enabled robocallers to do what we call spoof, which means they can call from Nigeria or someplace far away and have a Washington, D.C. or a Miami area code show up. They can also change numbers immediately. And so all of those things combined made it very difficult to catch robocallers. They know it, and so they don't follow the do not call registry or any of the rules. In fact, the regulators are getting now about 150,000 calls a month, and about a third of the calls that you or I get, average Americans get, are actually robocalls now. So we're talking about a huge increase.
Not to mention those calls, they're not only on your landline, but your cell phone.
Your cell phone, text messaging, and you're paying for that.
As well. Goodness. What do most of the robocallers want?
Well, back in the day, they were sales calls, which was an interruption and very annoying. The problem is now that's really shifting to fraud. So these calls are telling you need to download some kind of software, or you owe the IRS money and need to pay that. Fraudulently trying to get you to turn over Social Security information so that bank accounts can be open or credit cards can be open in your name, that type of thing. This type of fraud is actually costing you and I, American consumers, about $350 million a year. So we're talking about a big problem.
Regulators, phone companies, what are they doing about this? Are they doing anything about this?
Well, that's a good question, because the technology to stop it was a problem. The FTC actually did a contest a couple years ago, and some of the contestants came up with some good ideas that are actually being implemented now. But the big change, Helene, was actually only a couple of weeks ago when the FTC ruled that telephone companies can actually legally stop robocalls. Before that, the companies were afraid to do that because they felt their legal obligation was to put all phone calls through. So we're going to see some changes from that. We're already seeing new technologies. There are whitelist technologies which require you to enter the calls that can be passed through.
Sure.
There are blacklist technologies that require you to enter the calls that you don't want to be put through. But what we really need to happen is the phone companies to get on board with, now that they're legally allowed to, in helping us protect us from robocallers. And folks who are interested can go to endrobocall.org and sign a petition to encourage them to do that.
Hopefully we'll see those changes, those robocalls stopping sooner than later. Shari,
leave us alone, right?
Thanks so much.
And we have more consumer-related